Traeger paid $1.5 million because their mesquite pellets didn't have mesquite in them. Not as a rumor, not as a foreign theory, as a federal class action settlement finalized in April 2025. That's number 7 on this list, and once you see it, the rest of the shelf starts falling apart. Here's what took me a long time to figure out. This isn't one company cutting corners. 7 brands on this list are running the same playbook. 70 to 80% cheap filler wood, a dusting of the species on the label, and packaging designed to make you think you're getting something you're not. 3 companies control most of the pellet supply in this country. Different bags, same mills, same math. By the end of this video, you'll know the 7 pellet brands that are mostly filler, the 3 that are actually 100% hardwood, and the single word on the bag that tells you everything before you spend $1. Let's go. Number 7, Traeger. Let's start with the name everyone knows. You grabbed the bag that said hickory because you wanted hickory smoke on your ribs. Here's what a Traeger customer service rep told a man named Michael Yates in Livermore, California, when he called to ask why his mesquite pellets didn't taste like mesquite. They told him the pellets were, and this is from the court filing, 100% alder or oak with mesquite oil added for flavoring, not mesquite wood. Mesquite oil. The class action alleged that pellets sold as apple, cherry, pecan, mesquite, and hickory contained less than 1/3 of the advertised wood. The rest was cheap oak on the East Coast or cheap alder on the West Coast. Traeger settled for $1.5 million. And here's the part that should stop you. After the suit, Traeger quietly changed the language on the bag from 100% food service hardwood pellets to natural flavored hardwood. They didn't admit anything, they just rewrote the label. They also acknowledge adding food-grade soybean oil as a machine lubricant. That's number 7. We haven't started yet. Number 6. Pit Boss, the budget king. 40-pound bag for about $15 at Walmart. Sounds like a deal until you read the fine print. Pit Boss markets their pellets as 100% natural hardwood with no artificial flavors, spray scents, glues, or chemicals. All technically true, but 100% natural hardwood doesn't mean 100% hickory. It means 100% wood that qualifies as hardwood. Oak qualifies. Community burn testing puts Pit Boss in the same 70 to 80% basewood pattern as Traeger. Pit Boss claims under 1% ash. Independent testing from the forums puts the real number closer to 1.2%. That gap is bark, dust, and cheap filler. Owned by Danson's. Different logo, same calculation. Number 5. Bear Mountain. I'll give them one thing. They're the most honest about what they're doing. Their own product page says, and I'm not making this up, that they use oak or alder as a base wood depending on the region where specific species grow. They admit it on their website, and they still charge $1.15 per pound. Bear Mountain is owned by Lignetics, the largest residential wood pellet manufacturer in the country. Private equity firm Eagle Tree Capital bought Lignetics in 2021. 22 pellet plants, 1.4 million tons of annual capacity. Remember that name. It comes back. Number 4. Camp Chef. Their pellet page says, made in the USA, Arkansas, and Missouri. That's the exact footprint of a company called Fiber Energy Products. Camp Chef's parent company, Vista Outdoor, bought Fiber Energy in 2021 for $48 million. The stated reason was to give Camp Chef more control over its pellet supply. Then in 2024, Vista sold Fiber Energy to Lignetics. Same plants, same extrusion machines, new corporate owner. Camp Chef's bags say 100% hardwood 100% of the time. They don't say 100% of the named species. There's a difference, and they're counting on you not to catch it. Pause. Bear Mountain. Owned by Lignetics. Camp Chef's pellet supplier, sold to Lignetics. 2 of the last 4 brands share the same parent factory network. Different shelf position, different price tag, same production floor. That's not a coincidence. That's a portfolio. If you've made it this far, you already know this channel isn't telling you what to buy. It's showing you what they hoped you'd never find out. Drop the brand you're switching away from in the comments. I'll be in there. If the brand wall is starting to feel like a corporate shell game, that's because it is. 1. I mapped every major pellet and grill brand to its actual corporate owner and rated them all on build quality, transparency, and warranty behavior. It's all in the Grill Buyer's Black Book. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description and pinned comment. Number 3. Weber. House brand pellets, contract manufactured at one of the same few mills. You're paying for the name stamped on the bag. Number 2. Green Mountain Grills. Same arrangement. Branded packaging. Someone else's production line. Number 1. Royal Oak. Marketed as premium. Sourced from undisclosed mills. No species-level transparency. Here's what all three have in common. Nobody can tell you exactly which factory floor pressed those pellets. The brands themselves are middlemen. The real product is oak and alder, repackaged with a logo and a markup. That's the list. 7 brands, 3 parent companies, 1 playbook. The point was never to scare you away from your pellet grill. The point was to give you the information that wasn't on the shelf tag. So here's the other side. 3 brands, that's all I found that actually earned it. Not because the bar is impossibly high, but because real transparency at this scale is genuinely that rare. First, Lumber Jack. Made at a round log mill in Hayward, Wisconsin. They buy whole logs and chip them green instead of using sawmill scraps. Their 100% hickory is 100% hickory. Their 100% cherry is 100% cherry. Blends are clearly labeled. Competition blend is maple, hickory, and cherry, and it says so. They debark the base wood and leave bark on the flavor wood for smoke character. Pellets are independently tested and lab results are available on request. Roughly 50 to 65 cents per pound. Half what Bear Mountain charges for admitted filler. The honest caveat, Lignetics bought the parent company in 2021, so keep an eye on batch consistency. Some forum users report mixed results since the acquisition. I'd still spend my own money on it. Second, CookinPellets, the most aggressive no-filler brand I found. Their marketing directly calls out the competition. Some companies use 80% oak or alder as cheap filler mixed into the wood you're buying. Their perfect mix is hickory, cherry, hard maple, and apple. No oak, no alder, no bark. Hardwood only. They strip the bark because bark carries roughly twice the lignin and produces more ash and creosote on long cooks. Community testing reports under 0.3% ash, the cleanest burn in the category. Runs about 90 cents per pound, so it's not cheap, but on an 8-hour brisket, you'll taste the difference and your fire pot will show it. Tell me which one surprised you most. I want to see it. Third, Barbecuer's Delight, the competition circuit favorite. Here's why they earn respect. Their 20-pound bags are openly 2/3 oak and 1/3 flavor wood. They tell you, right on the label, no guessing, no lawyer language, just the ratio. They strip the bark and use only the interior of the log. It's not a 100% single species product, but it's the only major brand that puts the actual blend ratio where you can read it. Honest product. Honest label. Your call. You now know something that most people loading pellets into their hopper this weekend don't know. The word flavored on a pellet bag means the named wood is a minority ingredient. 100% natural hardwood means any hardwood, including the cheapest oak and alder on the planet. And that brand wall at Home Depot is mostly 3 companies, in different packaging. The safest pellet is the one you actually research. You just did. YouTube picked these 2 videos for you, so tap the one that grabs you. And if you made it all the way to the end, hit subscribe. I do this every single week, and the list never gets shorter.